So hi and welcome to our little podcast or show or whatever you want to call it. I'm Debra Sofia Magdalene, back here with Jazdeep Virdhi, who is a fantastic TimeWaver therapist. And I've been working with Jazdeep now for over 12 months and love what she's done. So I asked her to hop on a call with me today because I want to talk about water. In Healy, when we're using our frequency device, it's instilled in us the importance of being well hydrated when we're working with frequencies. And Jazdeep, I know you work very closely with Dr Nuno Nina, who's a friend of yours, and he has a Cell Power water bottle, which I know you're a UK distributor of. I'd love you to tell us more about that today and what it does.
Okay. Thank you, Deborah, for having me back. So the Cell Power water bottle, like, first of all, there's a lot of water devices on the market. So I'm sure people are like, which water bottle, which water device should I buy? Should I buy a filtered water device? Should I buy a hydrogenating water device? Which one? The first thing to note is that the water bottle isn't a filter. Okay, so we do need filtered water of some sort to go into that bottle. I think one of the key points about this bottle is the hydrogen content which can be obtained from the bottle. The H2 content is between 1,000 and 1,400 parts per billion. So i.e. more hydrogen in a small amount of liquid. Many other bottles in that same amount of liquid will be from 0 to sort of 1,000. So basically, relative to other bottles, it's got more hydrogen in it. Also, the Cell Power water bottle, you can also take the temperature of the water up to sort of up to almost hot, 99 degrees. They recommend not to use boiling water, but you can use very hot water in that bottle. So a lot of people, especially now winter in the UK, they want to drink hot water. It will do the same thing with hot water, which I think is missed. That information is not given. A lot of people like a cup of hot water, so you can have a nice cup of hydrogenated water, hot.
Could you make a tea with it, Jazdeep? So, like, could you put it with like ginger and peppermint and things like that to make a hydrogenated tea? You can.
I wouldn't use caffeine. Ideally, I would drink this water by itself because one of the qualities is if you have a good water, we don't want to really change the pH. So yes, something like ginger is fine. But I wouldn't use caffeine or anything like that in the water. And I would try to drink the water within 30 minutes of the cycle.
Oh, okay.
Ideally about 20 minutes. You don't want to be doing the cycle and then leaving it for a few hours and then drinking the water. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess, and the other thing is the ORP value. So a very low ORP is a reducing agent, and a higher ORP is almost like an oxidizing agent. So the Cell Power water bottles are significantly lower in ORP value than other bottles, i.e. between -100 and -500.
What does ORP mean to the layperson if somebody's just looking at this for the first time?
Oxidation reduction potential. So basically, we want to reduce oxidation, like antioxidants reduce oxidation. The toxins floating around in the body, they bind together, and so therefore the amount of overall toxins floating around in the body are less. We want less of them. So the lower the value, ORP value, the better the water.
Okay. And how important is the pH?
The pH is important. We should be drinking. It's important to note that the bottle itself doesn't increase the pH so significantly, but we want to be drinking a neutral pH with this. Because we don't really want to be upsetting the stomach acid. Neutral to slightly acidic.
Yeah. Yeah, because if it's alkaline, that can affect the stomach acid, can't it? Does it stop the digestion process, like breaking down the foods?
It doesn't stop the digestion process, it just makes everything slower, because
Yeah,
you're basically putting something alkaline into a terrain, into that part of the terrain, i.e. the stomach,
yeah,
which is supposed to be acidic.
yeah.
So then it
That
will just
makes
do
sense.
more processing. So there's just going to be more enzymatic processes in the stomach used for dealing with that, which could be used for more, like you say, digestive breakdown and everything else that goes on in the digestive system.
Awesome. Awesome. So a good way for people to actually do this is to invest in a water filter. Like we got one recently for my dad's home.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant. It's like the Berkey, but it's called a Wrecking Water Sister, Wrekin. And it's half the price of the Berkey. So for 150 pounds, it's like a stainless steel one. And you've got like, a big container there, which you can fill up at night. It's gravity fed. And then you get your filtered water, which filters out all the nasties. And so what I then do is pop it into glass bottles. It's important to use glass and not plastic, isn't it, when we're drinking water?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you can even vibrate that water, because are you getting that water from the tap? Is that tap water? I guess
it's tap water. It goes through the water filter, so it's filtered. And then I also energize it myself, and then you can also use the Healy to program that water.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we can do lots of things with water, and it's important that we're drinking a lot of water, working with frequencies, because I've heard that the frequencies are carried to all the cells in the body through water, and if you don't drink enough, you can be dehydrated.
Absolutely. So that's how the frequency is actually carried cell to cell. The water is a carrier, so we need enough of it. And even now, with everything that's going on, dehydration, and a lot of people are chronically dehydrated, they don't even know. Dehydration is so important to keep under control right now with corona, etc. And a lot of people I've noticed personally that are dehydrated have actually got, unfortunately got the virus. So please, yes, hydrate.
Absolutely, yeah. Flush all the toxins out as well. So Jazdeep, you sell these on your website under the product section, so it's a good investment for people to make.
Yeah.
And also, like, if they've got one of these water bottles, can they use it with all the family?
They can use it with all the family. Obviously, if they're going to do that, then just use the bottle as a way of making the cycle, and then pour it into another glass. The great thing about this bottle is that it's, the cap design is such that you just flick the cap. And have you got your bottle around? Actually, I don't have mine with me. You just flick the cap open and close it. So it's a very easy design. It's meant to be for that individual.
Yeah.
But I understand that it is quite expensive. You can, so, if you want to get one first, try it, use it on the family. Try to drink about, I would say, at least 5 bottles a day.
Right. Okay.
And then up that.
Awesome.
Progresses. Yeah.
Awesome. So
and it's also got this gas discharge at the bottom to release some of those toxins that are made and during the cycle. So that's another great feature of this bottle.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'd like to move on to an event that you've got coming up, because you've got a very exciting Solstice event.
Yeah.
And you've been running your events now for just over a year. I've attended a lot of them, and they are super, super powerful. So I'd love to know, what are you planning for the special Solstice one?
So the Solstice one is exactly what Solstice does. It's sort of the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. And I didn't feel that there's a more timely topic almost than that. And we're using now nature to go alongside the topic. So I really want to create a very strong field in these two groups coming up, to really help people release all that is not now no longer needed in their field, and to bring in and manifest the new. And the time to do that is really in the darkness. You know, at the solstice time, the sun is going to be the furthest away, the shortest day. It is actually a time of dark, i.e. that's a time of retreat and going inwards. A lot of people now are quite exhausted. And now is the perfect time to sow seeds. You know, we don't see the fruits of it yet, we don't see the plants, but we just now sow seeds for this time. And the day after solstice, the days will start getting longer till we get to the longest day.
The return to light into the solstice.
Yeah, we use this time of the dark time to the light time to do exactly that. We use the cycle of nature to start going inwards, manifesting for the year to come.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And will we be doing the breath work again?
Absolutely. We're doing breath work. We'll be doing a meditation. We're going to have some really funky frequencies from TimeWaver, which we haven't used before.
Oh.
And yeah, I'll go over those. I'll go over those in the session. And yeah, this time we'll be doing a meditation as well.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be strong. It's going to be strong. And I feel that people who will come to this group will bring a very strong intention and want to do exactly that, like close off from everything that has happened and everything they've been carrying and releasing, and then rebirthing that new era. I've called it release and rebirth. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good, because I know at the end of every year I like to do like a review of the previous year and look at what it is that I'm bringing in for the following year. And I think the solstice this year is a perfect time for doing that.
Yeah.
Just to get super focused, super clear on what it is that we are creating, because we're all powerful creators.
Absolutely.
And every thought is a seed of creation. So let's get super clear on what it is that we want to bring in and let go of what doesn't serve.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited to see what you've got planned for us in 2022, 2022, because you know, you're doing some really exciting stuff with TimeWaver, breaking new ground, which is unique to you. And it's combining all the skills that you've got, and I really love that aspect of it. And I just really want to say thank you for supporting us in your gifts and sharing your gifts to help us all with that transformation.
Thank you for having me, Deborah.
Yeah, I mean, let's have a Jazdeep tip. What's your biggest tip for transition from 2021 to 2022?
Biggest transitioning tip I would say is for people to really connect to their spirit. I still feel that too many people are connecting to what's out there and they're not going in. And there's so many answers that are inside. Part of the reason people are feeling so much exhaustion is because the energy coming into the universe is the divine saying, hey, you've got an upgrade, use it. And people going, hang on a minute, let me just box that. Not consciously, subconsciously, let me just box that. I need to take this medication. I need to go on this workshop. I need to go and do this and do this. And a lot of things are external. But the breath, the sleeping, the manifesting, the really feeling into your body's energetic system, like what do I need? It obviously has to be coupled with knowledge. For example, like if you're taking supplements or whatever else, you know, it's like it's good to take a vitamin D, for example, right? You couple it with knowledge, but enough people are not feeling. So I would say really going into yourself, feeling, meditating, breathing, reconnecting to self, especially at this time. As part of what I want to create in this group coming up is exactly all of those things. a meditative space where people are breathing and going inwards. And it's not about what we all look like on Zoom, because the great thing about the event is that you can be lying in bed, you know, and your eyes are shut. It's really about absorbing and feeling what is coming through for you individually, and without getting caught up in the noise of everyone else.
Yeah, that's a great tip. And it's like we have the universe in every cell of our body. And when we are doing everything with intention, we're programming what it is that we're creating. So it's so important. And when we're working with intention, it's like every single time you use your Healy device, set your intention. What do you want to happen? And hold that intention during running the program. We talked about this on the last interview, didn't we, Jazdeep, about holding that intention and doing everything with intention. So I love that tip. Thank you. Now, for anybody who's watching this for the first time, they don't know how to get hold of you. So is there a way that people can check you out and sign up for your mailing list as well to find out about events?
Yeah. So if you want to sign up to the mailing list, just go to the contact tab on the website. There will be a button coming up soon about just signing up easily. So just go to the contact and put your information in there and say you want to be on the mailing list. Otherwise, my website is www.lotusfrequencyhealing.co, not .com, it's .co. And you can email me also, Jazz at lotusfrequencyhealing.co.
And you're also on Facebook. You've got a page there.
Yeah.
And we've got you on Facebook. So brilliant. Well, thank you, Jazdeep, for taking time to come and talk to me again.
You're welcome, Debra.
We must do another chat next month, and then we can cover a different topic and find out what you've got planned in store as well.
Perfect.
So thank you, lots of love, and thank you, sister, for all that you do.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.